Hello dear students, welcome to the DAV Mall Public School Sitasavangi. I am your computer teacher. This is standard 4 subject computer. Our today's topic is computer or machine part second. In the previous section we will discuss about the computer information processing in humans as like computer, and we see the parts of the computers and we classify them into input, process and output, and we will shortly define the keyboard. In this section we will discuss about mouse. A mouse is a pointing device. With the help of mouse, we give instruction to the computer. These days, wireless mouse is also used. A red light that the bottom of the mouse indicates that the mouse is an optical mouse. But we know few years back there used to be a ball under the mouse. These balls was used to track mouse movement. In the images, we see the first computer mouse. Douglas Engelbart invented the first mouse. Then Dobo says, "Hey Dobo, this is my writing. How did you get my diary's copy in the computer?" Then Tobo says, "You must have seen a photocopy machine." And Tobo says, "Yes, I have. With it, I get a replica on the paper." Tobo says, "Similarly, with a scanner, I get a replica on the computer and can use it as many times as desired." Nowadays, some printers also have a scanner so that the copy can be printed as well as stored in the computer memory. With the latest scanners, you can scan any 3D object, but output devices are those parts of the computers through which are display the results of processing. The Tobo and Dobo are working on the computer. The Dobo says, "I wonder how the various parts of the computer work together." Then Tobo says, "Oh, it's simple. The parts of computers are connected to its brain, that is CPU, through wires." Then Tobo says, "But what is CPU?" The Tobo says, "CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It is known as the brain of computer because it is where processing happens. It tells the other parts what to do. Remember one thing, the output that we get on the monitors is called soft copy, and we can see it but we cannot touch it. But do you know, with the 3D printers it is possible to create a models of any kind of object, toys and even organs too. View the video with the URL http://youtube.b/EORYOYY L7KA. You must be watch the video in this link. Okay, using mouse or keyboard, data and instructions enter the CPU, and after processing, results are sent to the monitor for display the output. In the images we see the system unit. This is a placed inside the system, and the chip, that is CPU, is placed here. It looks like this. Do you know the desktop computer has a system? When we remove the system unit cover, we can see the green circuit board on which rests a small square chip called CPU. The Dobo says, "But you have a wireless keyboard and mouse?" Then Tobo says, "Oh yes, the wireless keyboard or mouse gets electricity from battery, as in your TV remotes. A connector connects to the CPU, which can receive the signals from the wireless keyboard or mouse." In the images, we see the connector with the mouse. Dobo says, "What happened in the CPU?" Then Tobo says, "The CPU are three parts. First one is ALU, that is stand for arithmetic logic unit. It performs calculations and comparisons on data. Second one is control unit, that is control the flow and the data and information. And third is a memory unit. It holds the data and results of processing. Then Dobo says, I have lots of tasks to do and I am so confused. Which one take first? Then Tobo, what do you do if you have to do a lot of things or tasks? Then Tobo says, I make a list. I refer to this list till all the tasks are over and keep on checking the checklist again and again to ensure that nothing is missed out. So that says this is exactly what the computer does. The instruction and data given to it are stored temporarily in the memory called primary memory. When the computer is turned off, this memory loses the data and becomes completely empty. This memory can be compared to the list which can be used and erased as required. This memory can be seen inside the system unit. Tobo says, we know that the computer has use memory. It can store lots of files, music, movies, games, etc., which are not deleted till we delete it. Then how this memory loses data? Then that says, you are right. Computer stores data in it whenever you tell it to save. Whatever you save goes in the secondary memory on the computer. Can you name or provide example of a secondary memory? That is, Tobo says CD or pen drive. Then secondary memory is used to store large amount of data for a long period. Data is not lost until we delete it, even when the computer is also turned off. And Dobo says, Dad, what happened when we download picture from the internet? Then Dad says the picture are downloaded to the hard disk. The hard disk is also example of a secondary memory. Then Tobo says, how much data can the hard disk store? Then Dad said, it can store large amount of data, just as we can measure our height in the meters and centimeters. We can also measure the amount of data that can be stored in the any storage device. This is called a storage capacity of that device. But do you know the first ever hard disk drive was made in 1979 and could be hold only 5 MB of data? Then Tobo says, what do MB GB mean? So that says computer stores data in the form of 0 and 1. Each 0 or 1 is called a binary digit, that is bit. A group of 8 bits is called a byte, denoted by B. So that says 1 kilobytes equals to 1024 bit. Then 1 megabytes equals to 1024 kilobyte, and 1 gigabyte equals to 1024 megabyte. But remember, do not touch CDs on the rainbow side. It is here that the data is stored. Always hold a CD by the edges. Then Dobo says, why is it necessary to have a software? The Dobo says, a human body without thoughts and intelligence is like a machine. It cannot feel and can take action. Thoughts guides us how to do the desired work. In the same way, computer have parts which we can see and touch, called hardware. To control the working of these parts of the computer needs a software. So we cannot touch the software. So these are the first second of the computer or machine. Okay, students. Thank you. Have a nice day.